Have you ever met someone who seems unshakable? Someone who, no matter the chaos around them, walks through life with an almost quiet certainty, as if storms bend around them but never touch them. You might have thought, they must have it all figured out, or nothing ever affects them. But what if I told you that mental unbreakability isn't about perfection, and it's not about having a life without pain or struggle? What if being unbreakable is something far more human, far more fragile, and yet profoundly powerful? Let's take a moment to imagine someone you might know, or perhaps even yourself on a particularly hard day. Picture this. It's 11 p.m., the rain is tapping against your window, and the weight of disappointment, of failure, of doubt, sits heavily on your chest. Your mind replays every mistake, every what if, that could have gone differently. Now, contrast that with someone else, a person in a similar storm, yet they seem different. They acknowledge the rain, they feel it, but they are not consumed by it. How do they do it? How do they walk through storms while carrying their heart, yet remain whole? At the heart of this lies a truth that psychologists and human behavior experts have long observed. Mental toughness, or what some call resilience, is not about the absence of fear, doubt, or suffering. It is about the relationship we cultivate with these inner experiences. People who are mentally unbreakable are not immune to the blows of life. They simply have learned to navigate them differently. They have developed an internal compass that, even when battered by life's storms, continues to point them toward meaning, purpose, or simply forward motion. Research in psychology often highlights two essential traits in such individuals: emotional regulation and cognitive flexibility. Emotional regulation is the ability to feel deeply without being overwhelmed. It's the difference between acknowledging pain and being swallowed by it. Think of a skilled surfer riding the waves, not controlling the ocean, but skillfully riding each swell. Cognitive flexibility, on the other hand, is the ability to see multiple perspectives, to adapt, to pivot. It allows them to approach challenges not as dead ends, but as puzzles, even if they are frustratingly complex. Here's a paradox worth noting. Some of the most unbreakable people are also the most introspective, the most sensitive. On the surface, they may appear composed, even stoic, but internally, they are fully aware of the emotional weight they carry. They have learned a secret many of us overlook. Strength is not the denial of vulnerability. It is the acceptance of it. The cracks in their armor are not weaknesses. They are doors to a deeper understanding of themselves. Consider a story. A young woman named Amina grew up in a household that never provided the reassurance most children take for granted. Her mistakes were magnified, her successes downplayed. By the time she reached adulthood, she had endured countless moments of rejection, isolation, and self-doubt. Many people in her situation might have crumbled, become cynical, or withdrawn. Yet Amina discovered something quietly transformative. She started observing her thoughts like a scientist, curious, detached, and compassionate. She asked herself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Does it serve me to believe it? Over time, she trained her mind to respond rather than react, to pause instead of panicking, and to seek growth instead of surrender. Amina became mentally unbreakable, not because life stopped hurting, but because she learned to face hurt without being defined by it. This brings us to an interesting psychological insight. Resilience is often situational, not inherent. It is not something we are born with, it is cultivated. Studies in positive psychology have repeatedly shown that habits, thought patterns, and daily practices shape our mental resilience far more than innate personality traits. For example, people who practice gratitude, reflection, and mindfulness consistently report higher emotional stability. They do not necessarily have fewer problems, but they experience life differently. They carry the same burdens as everyone else, yet their relationship to those burdens changes. Think about it. If mental unbreakability were simply about grit or determination, why do so many driven, ambitious people collapse under pressure? The missing element is often inner alignment, a harmony between one's values, actions, and self-perception. Mentally unbreakable individuals often possess a strong sense of personal integrity. They know what matters to them, and they refuse to surrender that core, even when external circumstances are unforgiving. It is this alignment that creates an inner sanctuary, a place within that cannot be fully shaken by the outside world. Mentally unbreakable individuals also exhibit strategic detachment. This doesn't mean they are cold or indifferent. It means they understand the difference between what they can control and what they cannot. They invest their energy in areas where it will have impact and release the rest. Imagine holding sand in your hand. Clenching too tightly, it slips away. Loosening your grip, you can hold more without losing it. This detachment is not apathy, it is focused presence. Another subtle but powerful aspect is long-term perspective. Mentally unbreakable people rarely let immediate discomfort dictate their entire worldview. They understand temporality. Emotions, crises, and failures are fleeting, while their values, character, and actions endure. This perspective allows them to navigate hardship with patience, grace, and strategic persistence. They are like trees that bend with the wind. They may sway violently, but they do not snap. Finally, the mentally unbreakable cultivate curiosity about life and themselves. Life throws uncertainty, chaos, and pain at everyone, but some respond with despair, while others respond with inquiry. They ask, "What is this moment teaching me? Who am I becoming through this struggle?" Curiosity transforms suffering into exploration, fear into insight, and weakness into awareness. What if I told you that some of the strongest people you know are also the ones who cry alone at night? That the people who seem unshakable are often quietly wrestling with fear, doubt, and grief? This is one of the deepest paradoxes of mental unbreakability. Strength and vulnerability are not opposites, they are companions. Take the story of Marcus, a veteran firefighter. On the surface, he is calm under pressure, decisive in emergencies, and respected by his colleagues for his composure. Yet, after particularly traumatic rescues, he sits in silence at home, replaying the events, feeling helpless over what he could not control. Most people might assume that being unbreakable means never feeling this way. But Marcus's unbreakability comes precisely from acknowledging his pain, giving himself space to process it, and still choosing to step into the next challenge with courage. He does not deny his humanity, he leverages it. Mentally unbreakable people also navigate internal contradictions. Human beings are complex, often full of conflicting desires, fears, and aspirations. Mentally unbreakable people are comfortable sitting in that tension. They understand that life is rarely black or white, and that our inner contradictions are not flaws. They are part of being human. They are willing to feel uncertainty, yet still act decisively. They are willing to grieve, yet still pursue joy. They are willing to doubt, yet still move forward. This paradoxical comfort with duality is a hallmark of their resilience. Consider the example of Sophia, an entrepreneur who has faced repeated setbacks. Investors have rejected her ideas, projects have failed, and self-doubt often threatens to paralyze her. Yet, she persists, not because she is fearless, but because she has learned to partner with her fear. She acknowledges it, learns from it, and lets it guide her towards smarter decisions rather than controlling her. Mentally unbreakable people often describe fear, pain, or uncertainty as teachers rather than enemies. This reframing transforms life's inevitable struggles into allies rather than obstacles. There is also a subtle but critical difference between performance and authenticity. Many people chase strength externally. They appear confident, dominant, or successful, but internally feel hollow, anxious, or unmoored. Mentally unbreakable individuals, by contrast, cultivate authentic inner strength. They are not performing resilience for others. They are living it quietly, consistently, often unseen. Their power is not in impressing the world. It is in staying aligned with themselves despite the world's chaos. Reflect on this. The storms will come. The losses, the failures, the uncertainties, they are inevitable. But inside you is a sanctuary that no circumstance can fully reach. Inside you is a mind that can pause, a heart that can heal, and a spirit that can choose to keep moving forward. This is your unbreakable self. Not someone else's ideal, not a distant myth, but the reality of your own human resilience, waiting to be discovered and lived. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: true unbreakability is not about building walls around the heart. It is about building a heart that is strong enough to survive anything, yet tender enough to feel everything. The storms will come. The challenges will persist. But within you, quietly and persistently, resides the unbreakable self. A self that is resilient not because it avoids hardship, but because it chooses to meet life with clarity, courage, and compassion. A self that, no matter the chaos outside, remains whole. Take a breath. Feel it. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you imagine. And, perhaps most importantly, you are already on the journey to becoming truly unbreakable.